Legion marches.
Well, back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 12 of our Kugath Plaguefather SFO Grimmhammer campaign. In today's episode, we are going to continue our unholy march down the coastline here. We're going to be smashing into Negishazar, even if the Raz would normally be on side. We would love to claim the Black, well, not the Black Pyramid, but the Great Halls of Negishazar. We would be fighting against 50 vampiric corruption, so it's likely that we would have to deal with full vampiric corruption no matter what. But it actually looks like they probably haven't built the landmark building on in. I was gonna say they've handled it pretty well, but usually the Skaven aren't known for actually building up anything. So we'll keep bringing Moxia up to the Black Fortress to keep an eye on the Greenskins, who have built up such a massive faction. They're up to 28 settlements, likely just chaining Wa after Wa. That seems to be the case with most of the Greenskins. They pretty well annihilate the other factions. It looks to be that's going to be coming to a head, though, between the Disciples of Hashut and Grimgor's Ardboy, so likely we are going to try to side it up with the Chaos Dwarves, even if they are ones we would normally be annihilating, just so we can snag in some of their artillery and help wipe out the Greenskin menace here. We have raised the Temple of Elemental Winds the last turn. The Grand Duke's going to be hanging out. I'd like to bring him up to start raiding in Hanyu Port again. It's just this is such a precarious position. Any of you steal any technology for me? I'm pretty sure they're just for, no stealing technology, they're for assaulting the garrison. So we'll have you then keep building up magic, and we can charge on in due time. We'll see about taking down Hanyu Port, but we will just go right past there if it's too well defended to take down Zhenwu. I wouldn't mind raising this and causing them all sorts of issues. They have other wars in the north that they should be focusing on, and if we can keep them distracted, they will have a hard time with both fronts. In the meantime, though, we're going to swing on in, and we shall end the turn. Keep building up our infections there. Morglum is going to declare war, perhaps? Oh, non-aggression pact. No. No non-aggression pact. The pestilence scheme for Clan Moors starting to follow in Nurgle's footsteps. And though Nurgle's ocular pox lays rapid waste to mortal settlements, among the Urfather's chosen does a virulent spur to great deeds. But is that the portion that makes the Rancid Aloe? Yeah, so now it has plus or minus 3%, or is that just what increases over time? I think we just have access to that weapon strength reduction now. It will cycle through much faster now, though, which is perfect for gaining in those elite units. Not sure what all these greenskin heroes are up to, just moving around, probably stealing technology where they can. Works for me. Let's send Sir Stewart out just to do some scouting. I see no Cathayans at the moment. Yeah, we're fairly safe, so let's bring the Duke in and have him start raiding up here in the north. We'll move into sack and then raise Zhenwu. Keep being a problem. Alright, perfect. Can we grab any more heroes? I don't know that we can afford them, but if we can. 5 cultists, 6 plague ridden, and then 5 heroes. We have all sorts of units we can add on in. And I think adding them to Moxia's group would be a good call. Got Horde, Infectious, so he's going to call us Terror. And then Shields of the Plague for all of the Plague Bearers. Corruption to the Father, Fatness, and Shields of Plague. Corpulent or Fomenter. Alright, well, let's bring on in the Infectious. And Birdie here can come on up and join Moxia. Got a Chaos Steed. Excellent. We're going to speed him on along towards his Chaos War Shrine as fast as we can. 2 points into increased mobility, 1 into the champion. Hard hit. Excellent. We'll do a little bit of saving so we can throw in even more military buildings, since that's the only way we make gold. And if you didn't notice, with Kugath's army, we have added in 1 more Beast of Nurgle, and then we've got a brand new Pox Rider in place of the Toadies. So we're going to move up with Kugath himself. I mean, summoning stance we're going to have to take attrition due to crossing a mountain pass. I'm going to say no to that. We'll move to this position. We can go into the Plague Cauldron and drop the attrition plague on the Skaven. I'm thinking that'll be incredibly useful. So let's see about Ague and then also the Flux. How much would that be on a cultist? A little bit too much. Just Ague. We'll summon the cultist here at Kugath.
Cultist.
Send you in.
Fly, Lord.
Start causing some issues in the settlement. Bilefitch is close enough. He should spread that to the others. Attrition. How much? Not a ton. The Skaven are fairly resilient to plague, but it'll still start weakening them, and hopefully there's no weapon teams behind the walls. That'll make things quite nasty for us if there are. For our next technology, Rancid Visitations for all Great Unclean Ones is probably a pretty good idea. Wrought Glorious Rot, though, as an army ability. Dropping down damage on enemy blobs. Very important. We've got the exponential growth as well. Definitely. 250 growth. It says it's faction-wide, so go ahead and prove it. A lot more income coming in. Don't believe it's faction-wide, though. 442 growth. Yeah, none from the Unholy Manifestations, but it does in the tooltip say it's more than just the region you select. Here at the Haunted Forest, nothing else really to slot in until we can get some more military buildings to make that sweet, sweet loot. Alright, we'll skip through the building options. Maka, you spread up to Black Fortress. Black Fortress. As soon as he arrives, it'll be our turn. Okay, and we'll go for a quick change of plan. The earth of every town, every village, every field, every forest simultaneously sprouts a single Nurgling. Tiny demons stand stock still, their rictus grins never changing. On the 7th day of this, all suddenly burst, releasing an immense cloud of flies that quickly disperse, turning the skies, or the very skies, yellow. Extra corruption for all of our provinces. How awesome. Just one in each. And so the change of plan is going to be we're going to go into March and come in and stamp out Imrek before he is able to build up any more troops. This is his last settlement, and there's no reason not to completely stomp them out. And it's filled with filth now. And decay. 5,500 for the Tower of the Bloody Tooth. That's what we're going for first then. Just need a little bit of gold. The smallest amount. You go join up, increase that mobility, and you can switch over into channeling stance on the other side of the fortress. Yoink and channeling. Okay, so there's a rebellion army coming on in. Let's destroy them first. We're not gonna bring Sir Stewart, that's fine. Get him, Duke. A decisive victory. I will give this one to the auto-resolve. See how unkind it is, incredibly, so we won't be doing that again. We'll have them replenish up. And then let's see if we can reach Zhenwu. Hanyu Port is fairly weak as well. So why not? We'll just fill in where they were before. Put in 2 Nurgle Siege Towers and a battering ram. How many more towers can we build? Just that many. 4 is fine. So perfect vigor on our hero. And even with a weakened unit, we should have no problem. We now have enough gold to get what we wanted. Grand Duke is slowly getting on towards becoming an Exalted. I believe it's either rank 15 or it's rank 25 that they have to reach. So we'll give you the Purple's Son of Xeris or the Fate of Juna. Let's go with the Fate, that way we can direct that at the army or the unit we want, as opposed to obliterating our own Nurglish boys. Toxic Trooper, Finch Ridden, or the Plague Feeder. Since we're fighting Cathay and they're all about armor, let's go ahead and grab the Toxic Trooper, even though Stench Ridden is my preferred. Those heals are great. In fact, heals it is. My Grand Duke, you've got this. Okay, so we can come on back over to either the Haunted Forest or any of the others. Snag in the buildings that we would like. We can upgrade the Black Fortress up to the Unclean Copse. Get our bay up to the next tier as well. Here can we make the most gold? Likely going to be either the Haunted Forest or just upgrading... Oh, what am I talking about? We're going for the Tower of Bloody Tooth. Forget very quickly. 3 turns till this one comes on in. It's one of our only buildings we're going to have that is not cycling. How strange. Save up a little bit more of our infections, that way we can drop even more attrition on these Skaven if we really want. And we'll end the turn. Alright. Series of battles incoming. Go ahead and have Kugath. I'm going to infect him with a plague as well. Let's snag... An extra growth is fine. We'll have the pox. And we can combine that with the constant vomiting. And even some mucus runs. The entire infantry is much faster, and we'll also have some summon from beyond units, so you're going to be able to drop some plague bearers right in the back line. We will infect Kugath, and now go destroy Ilana. Heroic victory it gives us. We'll see. Alright then. At the open Badlands Fields, which is probably the absolute worst place for this this number of elves, we are going to go ahead and set up... I think forcing them to move around this greenskin Stonehenge is going to be a very good idea, so... Bring the Nurglings up. Try to force them into this area here. They might try to flank around, and that's fine. We'll just move the expendables and units to deal with them as they try. In fact, our entire army has Vanguard deployment, so we can deploy exactly where we want. We have ascended. Let's have these knights up front, so they're the ones getting shot at by arrows. I am going to have our Hounds of Decay threatening this angle with the Odes on them as well. Odes move slower, so we'll keep them behind. Team Cavalry, here's our infantry squad. We do not want in guard mode. And then all of the others. The specialists. I'm gonna have you two actually join up with group 3 and have our named characters all together. Perfect. Kugath himself. I'm gonna have you set up here. The other Plague Hulk in this vicinity. Runkle in the back line. You ready to go hunt down mages. Same thing for our cultist. I think this army's really missing now is some more plague drones. Let the beasts well in the back. Let's annihilate these poor elves. Your doom.
We shall shower our foes in plague, pox.
Already showering them in a waterfall of plague. They're gonna try to just reorient themselves. Very brave. We've got our summon from beyond units as well. We'll save them. I'm gonna have Kugath. Yeah, you can be as aggressive as you want. Go after those Lothar and Sea Guard. You start advancing on this White Lion squad. These poor guys in the center are the ones that are being used as a fodder, though. Kugath, even if you give him attack orders, he will still go after whatever's the closest, having his firewall moving. Try to go after the back line of High Elven archers. Those heavy arrowheads are pretty dangerous. Try to splash into these guys and get multiple. Plague drone keep wiggling wide, and we don't actually have the Stream of Corruption on you. Just fall back a bit. We have to get very lucky to actually land this. But if it works out, fantastic. Keep blowing up those Lutheran Seaguard, and Doom approaches. Oh, sorry. Showered in filth. Plague Drone, you keep moving off to the side there. We don't really need the rest of the units to do anything except for move up. They're doing you as well. They're in one huge blob, which is an absolute nightmare for them. Move the lads in, and as soon as she's back too far, I can summon in this group of Plague Bearers just to be anvil for a moment. We got to go from this group off to the side. Awesome. I'm gonna have you just go punch straight into the line after this noble. And anyone that wants to surround, we can give them a hug. Plague Bear's in there. Amazing hit. Chunks of that health bar disintegrating. Plague Bears are gonna go after that group of high elven archers. English is betraying me this episode here. As it tends to do. Move the drones up and around. Go around these spearmen there. They think they're being useful. They're firing into this group of Plague Bearers. Make as much damage as they can. Driving past the line. Go ahead and fire into these White Lions. Fairly elite. Pull back a little bit there. No reason to take arrow fire. Alright, go after that Archmage. She is doomed. And we can have the Hound Dogs keep moving in behind. Starting to fire on them. Go ahead and lock group 1 and just send them into combat. Ugath, you as well, get on in there. You move around, we'll have the Beast smash into this group, and then just the Cultists go find a Noble. Not yet, but they absolutely will be. Hound Dogs, you move into the Archers. He's being pursued by our Knight still. Lots of cowards. Go ahead and chuck some grenades at those Lutheran Seaguard. You come on back. We definitely need the Curse of the Leper on as many of these lads as we can. Fleshy Abundance to heal. Those grenades where you can. Bound Spear Leech on this noble. Making a horrible mistake. Got through the line. You need to send you into melee with these high elven archers. That group of archers, just keep them distracted. Their back line is pretty well devastated. Runkle's getting smacked on by those archers though. And waddle him into melee. Put that on through, you go stop these archers from being an issue. One more unit of Plague Bearers. I'd say we got them. One of our units has used all of their ammunition. Stop those nobles from being useful, and we can swing on into the fray. Some slow motion demon battling. Two nobles are back to back, but they've got all sorts of baddies around them. Meanwhile, looks like the elves give up. I'll resolve once again, not actually expecting Nurgle to be as devastating as they are, so we will round up all of these high elves and I'll catch you in a moment. I'd say that went pretty well. We only lost 10 in the fighting. I mean, to be honest, the second the first plague explosion went off in my line, I would leave as the high elves. We're gonna go ahead and kind of have to sack the settlement, don't we?
Bring them to their knees.
Food for the worms. Leper Lord, and we are absolutely going to wipe out this faction. No more high elves.
Plaguefather.
Light the land. Oh, we had to raid the region. Whoops. Now, the Knights of Calador have seen themselves inscribed into history. But not for any reason they want. Back over on the home front, it's definitely time to make some more gold. Also, here at Pig Barter, let's just chuck in ourselves some either demonic egg sacs or the plague flesh poppies. They both give us the same amount of gold, 100, and this is just giving us some more toads. Do we want toads more, or do we want soul grinders more? Salted plague bearers are our bread and butter. Let's get access to more and more plague grinders. Really, we just need some more gold. Alright, Grand Duke, are you ready to start off a battle with Cathay? Snag on in that fleshy abundance finally, or we could go for something more devastating against the compacted Cathayan lines. Sweet, so survivalist for Kugath. 22,000 health.
Only flesh and fluid.
Only flesh and fluid. Raising settlements. Let's go for the extra armor in our current army here. And that can kind of stack up with what his Samoth is bringing. Let's go for tough as nails for yourself, or continue down the path towards the heroic killing blow. So let's grab some more melee attack for you. Armor above 150 starts to really see some diminishing returns. Sergov, let's have you spread some more corruption.
Will win.
Excellent. Alright, Duke. To battle. Alright. And now step one of using Cathay as a piggy bank, and look at these towers. It's a whole demon snail. A very hungry demon snail. Good grief. Some of the guys are clipping on through, but imagine this wiggling its way across the battle. It's even got wheels. Oh, they're bells. What an awesomely designed unit. For one you really don't see all that often. What's the ram look like? Not nearly as exciting, but it's still... Look at him. We're gonna call you Bob. Bob the Siege Ram. You can have your own canon names for our snail towers. I think we can only fit one of them on this position on the wall, which is a little bit unfortunate, but... Is that where we want to attack from? I think some of our units want to come in from there. We've got towers over here, though. Grab some of these exalted plague bearers. We'll have them crashing through the center on their snail cart. You guys can go on off the side. I think we can only fit one of them here. We'll see if we can grab two. And you can head over on this side and over here. Beautiful. You do know that the Nurglings are not able to actually make it into any of the siege equipment or take the walls, so no pocket ladders for your Nurglings. Though I would argue that they could use themselves as a ladder. Slink up there like a demonic slinky. All of our cavalry and big mean beasties have both of the spawn, seeing if they can race the battering ram through this gate. And then we'll have the hounds likely working together to rip apart other gatehouses. Keep everyone on this side so that way they don't react to it fast enough. Those back and ready for when we actually get through the gates. Awesome. We'll have our heroes prepare as well. Blade Ridden, you keep these guys a little bit protected. You can fly over the top and go after the balloons, which is perfect. How many spells do we have access to here? Curse of the Leper. Spirit Leech will help us rip down those balloons that much faster. Let's get it going. So you guys start moving into the gatehouse. Can we fit both towers? Oh, we absolutely can. You guys go knock down that gate. Those Jade Warriors? Jade Warrior Halberds, huh? I'm curious to see if normal Plague Bearers win that fight. Onward, lads. Let's have the Nurglings be the screen we need them to be. Everything else can kind of just stay back. Go ahead and fly over the top. Let's find those balloons. They're back in the back. In that case, we can just kind of fly over the top and harass the fools on the wall then. Start moving up. Look, they should start using the towers to blast the doggos, although they're going to have to pass by both of these towers here. Take a lot more damage than we would otherwise. Swing out wide there. And you, let's see how much damage Fated Juna does on these Jade Warrior crossbows. Invite Doom. Oh, look at it. I haven't seen this since the rework. Damage is there, but it's not a ton. It would have been better to wait until the snail towers actually made it. Spear Leech down on D Yao. Float back a little bit on the fly of his. We'll head back and start taking down the tower again. Hold on. Did Juno last for quite a while? Alright, the Hound Dogs have been aggressively harassed. Move into those towers there. They've hit the gatehouse, but it looks like the spawn are very quick. We'll have to see just how fast the ram actually manages to conquer the gates. Reaching tentacles. Some big old guts, too. What would be great is if you could use them as an explosive tower. Alternatively, so maybe you don't put units in there, and you just gotta send them in and blow up a wall. Be a cool bit of Nurgle. Let's see how these things deploy. Make sure our hero's not getting shot at. Keep knocking down there. Oh, the mouths extend. And here come the Plague Bearers. I'm just gonna set them up on top. Those guys have frag grenades to throw at the enemy. Well, those gates were down immediately. Alright, we're gonna send the Plague Ridden in first. Followed by the Blades there, since they're all bonus V large. Set up and get ready. Alright, and we can go ahead and use the old Soul Blight. Really weaken those Jade Lancers once they're in. I think the Plague Bears will do fantastically against the enemy Jade Warriors there. Alright, let's weaken these poor fools. Everyone else streams into the battlefield. I'm gonna have you guys move down. I'm gonna cut off those peasant horsemen from fleeing. The gates are open. Unleash hell. Looks like we started to lose a little bit of our frames. Hopefully that doesn't last. Push those grenades down into those cavalrymen. From the rest of the lances. Get through those gates quickly. Jade Lancers aren't a joke. I mean, neither is my Plague Ridden, to be fair. Everyone that could be fighting. Nope, time to send in the frogs. On both sides there. We drop down any heals in this group? No, but we can definitely weaken these lances. They're not doing any actual damage. Slow down the other unit that just crashed in. They can't really escape. Heals. Plague. Doom. Lances are scary, but you do need to charge them in and out of the fight to actually make use of them. Almost through those gates, we'll have the Plague Bearers come on down and start mauling some crossbowmen there. Oh yeah, they're absolutely winning. At least it looks like it. It's pretty even. Start bringing you around, you can help out, make it less even. You can get back up in the air. Everyone else here just keep smashing on through these halberds. We can send the anti-vaxxers round wide to capture this zone. Everyone charging in on the same unit there, that we're not getting in each other's way and not actually attacking anyone. You can get up in the air, I can actually start making use of your damage. Oh, I was giving the wrong unit orders there. He's on the ground. You just charge on in, you got it. You will land on these Jade Warrior Halberds. Give them a hug. Very plague-filled hug, just stuff as many of them in the plague drone as you can. That's actually how they make the Death's Heads. They nom-nom on people, and then heads that are left end up being the plague drone, the grenades, Death Head grenades. Really, we don't want our toads bogged down in normal combat. We want them pressing through. So let's see if we can have the toads go through and start fighting these Jade Warrior crossbows. Smash through the other flank. Rest in peace. We've got the doggos screaming through the back line. We're going to have them take out the crossbows. Is he just a Lord Magistrate? Our flyer, come on up. We're dueling with the Death Machine. Just charge into the back of their own warriors. Really pitiful charge there. Doggos come back for a moment and let the... Drop the wrong unit. Hound dogs, you flee. Allow the infantry fill in your gaps. Something like that. Onto the fly. Drop the Spirit Leech on the Magistrate. He has a very, very limited health pool. While our blob annihilates the front line. Even get these Nurglings going around them. Each taking full effect. We'll have you start knocking the balloons down. No one deserves fun when Nurgle shows up. You guys go after those Jade Lances who think themselves brave. Seeing these things exploding soon. Soul Blight on these remaining Jade Warriors. You can watch the fighting from here. Hour of Shaish. When their health bars start running out, they start turning into explosive packets rather quickly. I'll knock down some more machines. They have an awesome death animation. You guys go through, try to get rid of the Magistrate. And really we'll have just kind of the surviving units come on up and start just capturing these zones. Don't have to worry about hours blasting in on us. Even though with the changes in 4.1, you are not able to build once the battle begins, and anything that is destroyed is gone. One of the best changes to sieges I've seen in a long time. Two of them are holding the line. Really small hexagon shields. I want one. I wouldn't want one to be my only defense against a demon. Against a normal warrior, you've got the upper hand, and they're gone. Who's left? Is it just the balloons? You go ahead and pursue them for me. Too little, too late. Victory, Nurgle. Alright, only 63 fell. We probably could have done even better if we would have remembered some of our activated abilities there. Passed some magic out. Works for me. We're going to go ahead and sack on Uport. And we are going to use Cathay as a piggy bank from here. So we're going to have Grand Duke Move on up to Jinwu. We have plenty of troopers left over. Retribution has to be coming our way soon. We'll give this one to the auto resolve. We know it's going to be unkind. Actually, not too bad. Let's watch us fight enough of these battles now. We'll go ahead and sack Jinwu. And after causing all of that ruckus, I'm sure we've got a Dragon Bro heading our way. So let's try to start drawing ourselves away from the settlement. And we will switch over into a channeling stance to keep all of our melee defense for the whole army. Alright, Duke. More magical reserves. I think the final point into the protection is great. And for Sir Stuart, we'll give you a final point into replenishing troops. Actually, take it back. We're not in friendly territory, so let's grab the fleshy abundance. Our units are a little bit wounded. Could we give them extra replenishment rate? Would this work in enemy territory? Let's find out. Science. And all we do is really just lose one of our unholy manifestations for it. Yep. Does not work in friendly or unfriendly territory, which makes sense. Unless we would have other replenishment. Unfortunate, but we had to learn one way or another. Okay, well, let's go ahead and swing on in. Start upgrading some of the main settlement buildings there, because those actually give you a big jump in income. It's like 100 per. So Knobbly Gorge and Scrap Towers will both go up to the next tier. 200 more gold. Moxia, you stay here. And for now, we're not going to have you really recruit anything. We'll have him start building up more Chaos Warriors in due time, but for now, you just stay here and channel. Curse of the Leper has proven amazing.
Such potency.
Concerning that they're not liking us. What's going on here? Hero actions against the hard boys. Was that my dropping the plague off there? Listen, I'm bringing you gifts. It's not because we despise you, it's because we love you. Moxia, you are going to get chucked into the river.
On the trail to despair.
Do some building at Ruins End. Is that just going to be... Wouldn't mind the control help. We'll grab the Fungi of Defilement here at Ruins End. Now that we are out of enemies, we'll minus Fools of the Empire.
What?
The Western provinces despise us. As one would expect. Alright, let's come on over to Cathay, as that's where our most exposed army is, and we'll end the turn. Alright, the Savage Blow is back in effect, so many conflicts are won or lost on the strength of the first Vicious Charge, which will now make us have 20 extra charge bonus for all armies of all factions. Moxia. Be great if there was a trait you could receive for the summoning stance. I just don't think there is. So Birdie, you come on in and join Moxia's squad. And then... Interesting. The ogres have filled in the gap. And Tianliu would like us to annihilate him.
Interference will cost you.
Let's have one turn of replenishment over here. And then if Tianliu manages to claim Hanyu Port, we'll just take it from him. No harm, no foul. Jiang, we have any buildings that slow the enemy down? Negative 16% movement. This will start kicking up extra corruption in adjacent provinces. Let's go for the Weeping Creepers here in Chiang. Watch Scooby do it all. You know about the Creeper. Or if I try to do that voice here, we're gonna max out the mic so bad it's gonna hurt your ears. We'll zoom on down. In a march stance. We definitely need to finish off the rats hiding in Nagashazar. So they got over their plague pretty quickly. That's fine. We'll just layer up some debuff plagues, and the ones that allow us to have the Menace Below-esque summons, and we will throw down with the rats. Horde v Horde. Moxia, you just move up. We're gonna have you, instead of joining, let's Keep an eye on Grimgore.
Fluid.
He is very shifty. And needs a lozenge. Swing on back to the Grand Duke. He's watching carnage unfold in Cathay. No goodies to be had for now. We are demons. Diplomacy is not necessarily our thing.
Maggots.
Alright, Bone Rattler's Wall fails. Looks to be you. Grand Duke? Destroy. Oh, they became their own faction and now we have to declare on them. That's pretty funny.
Most wise.
These Cathayans we could make on our team? Absolutely not. Alright, Grand Duke, destroy. You're at war with nobody. Have no fear, the Emperor watches over us. You understand your Dissenter Lords, right? I think you lose the Emperor's love after you become the Dissenter Lords. Let's finish these fools off and claim the Han Newport.
For Plaguefather.
Pretty excellent defensive position, too. And this gives us a lovely Infernal Harbor and Tree Trunk of Doom. Definitely use some better troops up here with the Grand Duke. He deserves them. Do we want to add the Bilious Thunderguff? He is far too expensive. 3,800 for our Chosen. We have one Shield and Axe Chosen. One day when our economy is strong enough. Doom shall arrive. It is time for another Soul Grinder. Just kidding, we don't have the gold for it. So maybe we snag in some Plague Drones. 1,800, we could almost get 2 of these. What I'm really looking for is something I could grab at 2 of. So let's go ahead and combine these 2 Nurglings up. And then I'll add into this squad. Let's grab the Plague Drones or some powerful flyers. Excellent. Well, Vilefitch is trying to recruit. I just don't think it's gonna matter. Sliggity sloogity. Here comes Kugath. Can I have him drop down more plagues? Which ones do you have currently? Pox, constant vomiting for 1 more turn, and that's it. Okay, so we should just wait till next turn to reapply our horrifying plagues. Or if we get really lucky, we drop Palsy here. Drop their melee attack. We can grab anything to weaken them up a little bit more. Negative control is not what I care about. Weapon damage, range, and accuracy sounds good. And we'll just drop this one down on Kugath. Only cost 150 to add the highly contagious, which would be great for spreading over to the rats. We get lucky here.
Illogical.
Rest in peace, rats of Nagashazar. To the Lord that hasn't been moved, and we shall give it 1 more in turn. Let's see what the Cathayans are up to. We haven't seen any of their army since the initial.
Behold, my
Well, hello, rat. He wants a defensive alliance. That sounds fantastic, and it also means we're going to be fighting against some lizards. Wonderful. Great incantation of Kassar, so Kimri's got a sandstorm sweeping through their lands. Grimgore has failed his first Wa. How unfortunate. That should finally kind of put a stop to what he's up to. We're going to move up into summoning stance. We could have finally unleashed the attack. Alright, that's what we're going to do here this next turn. This next episode. We'll drop down this plague with you all. Don't even mind keeping the pox here. We'll throw on, of course, constant vomiting. And if we can afford it, the Vanguard deployment. That's the way. Just the best series of plagues. And then in the next episode, we shall do battle with the rats. Let's see just how many of them are there.
I'll dissect them.
Ooh, a close defeat. 2 Hell Pit Abominations, 3 Plague Claw Catapults. Oh my. What kind of defenses do they have here? Close defeat. I think we actually have a pretty good chance of bringing them down. And this is a nasty group, and is going to require some pretty just dastardly fighting on our side. But I am out of time for today. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub phone. I'll see you on the next one.